As a child, I yearned for the mines.
Yeah, and you also yearn for early onset lung cancer.
What's up, guys? It's Christian Retro Lover 4, and I'm here with Big Fella 117, and we just went to see the new Minecraft movie, and I gotta say, it really exceeded my expectations. If you're just dogging on it just for the trailer and just because of all the TikTok memes, I will say, just give it a shot. Like, if you're a really diehard Minecraft fan, and you love seeing video game adaptations, or or fun bad movies, I mean, just, just like just give it a chance, because I don't think that this was just like a cash grab. I really think that the people behind this were trying to be a little passionate towards the source material and towards just like
Hello.
and just trying to make a family friendly fun movie. For starters, Jack Black. Well, a lot of people were, of course, dogging on him because he's Steve. I think he really gives it his all in his movie. Like a lot of people say that he's not too serious at times, but he can be a serious actor and a fun actor. And he has a YouTube channel. He plays video games all the time. He's even played Minecraft. So like he's not just going into this Minecraft movie blind. Jason Momoa, while he is like a cool actor and he's pretty cool in this movie, I will say his performance was kind of phoned in at times, which I do use that word a lot, but what I mean by that is that it seems like the actors are not passionate enough about like the films they're in, and instead just doing it for the money, which I understand. Acting to some actors is just another job, but me personally, I love it when an actor is very passionate and loves the characters, they love the movie, or they love the like behind the scenes with all the other actors and the directors, producers, stuff like that. Just having a fun time instead of working, Choose a job you love, you never have to work a day in your life. But it still seemed like he was having a fun time in this role and doesn't disappoint. There are three other characters though that I think are kind of like their acting is not half bad, but they just are thrown to the side. Like there's this girl who owns some llamas, and they don't really do much with her except at the end she owns Dennis, which is Steve's dog, and like during the final battle, she commands an army of wolves, and other than that, that's about it. There's Natalie, who takes care of her little brother because both of their parents passed away, and the little brother wants to be a rocket engineer, but kind of has a hard time doing that in real life, and has a hard time making friends at school, but has a fun time doing it in Minecraft, or the overworld, I mean. And like that's about it for the characters I can really say. I mean, sure, at the end he's able to make cool inventions, and Natalie's able to make a survival defense program, but that's really about it. I did see a few memes too where people hated that Jack Black was gonna do like a musical number or a couple musical numbers, but again, a lot of people forget that he is a really good actor, but not just that, he's a really good singer. I mean, for goodness sake, the reason he became popular in the first place was because of a rock band, or that he was very good at rock. In terms of like special effects and the sets, the overworld so far was good, but the creatures looked weird at times. Like Okay, the Endermen, the villagers, they were good. So were the chickens. So were the sheep. So were the llamas. Um, but like the zombies were weird because they still had the square heads, but they had human hands. I mean human bodies as a whole, which gave them the ability to grab stuff and rip them, like regular zombies. Like in the game they just hit you. But like that made the movie kind of graphic at times, where like they just rip a sheep to shreds, and even I was like, "Holy shit!" I thought this was like just a kids movie, and there was another scene where, shit, sorry, I'm fucking with this camera. There was another scene towards the end when the piglings were becoming zombies and their eyeballs were popping out and stuff, and to me, it seemed like with the humor combined with the action and stuff, this really seems like a movie for all ages. It isn't like kind of flaw I have with the Super Mario Bros. Movie is that it seems like it's for mostly children rather than like for all ages. For the Minecraft movie, it seems like they're trying to do all ages, which to me appropriately fits Minecraft. Some people like to treat it like a fun kids game. Some people like to treat it as horror. Some people like to treat it as creativeness, survivalist, realistic, a bunch of genres, which I think the movie tries to achieve most of the time, and I think it pulls it off like well. I mean, that could make it bad at sometimes because they keep flip flopping, but like that for me and for other people, that makes it like a kind of fun movie. Like maybe I wouldn't say a fun bad movie. I would say like on a Jumanji level where it's like an okay fun movie. Also, another nitpick on the design. The skeletons looked all right, but the spiders were very weird. Like, they were realistically hairy and like had long gummy legs, but they still tried to make them blocky, and that just made it very weird. Another thing is their languages. They would mostly speak Minecraft sounds, but depending on the character, they would speak English. So, like, there's this one villager who sneaks through the portal and goes from the overworld to the real world, and then gets hit by, that principal's car, and he still speaks Minecraft noises until a mid-credit scene where it's revealed that he could have spoke English after he got hit by the Jeep, even though we didn't saw that during the date scenes, which, oh boy, that kind of made it a little just weird at times. Like, this whole like weird kind of like, I don't even want to say like B plot. It seemed like, I don't know, like a C or a D plot of like this principal who got divorced, and like the divorced guy is the kid's teacher, who only appears like 3 times, and but like the principal keeps showing up. It's like it's very weird how they treat the real world and the overworld. I would say like one thing I wish they could change is the runtime, like maybe even make it 2 hours. I know that sounds crazy to people who probably don't like this movie, but like I feel like more character building could have made this movie a little bit better. But the villain, I'm not up to date really on Minecraft lore. I mostly try to like play the old versions, but I don't think she's in like the new story. Like, I of course know about the piglings, but like the piglings don't really have like a master most of the time, which I'm fine with. It tells an original story, but like her backstory is really weird. Where like I thought she was just pure evil, but apparently she was humiliated because of her dancing moves at a dancing contest, which, by the way, was called Nether's Got Talent, which, is a funny thing, but, like, it makes me wonder how does the overworld coincide with the real world? Were the piglings at one point at Earth? Also, like, how long have they been there? Because America's Got Talent has been around for, like, what, almost 30, or no, just 20 years.
I think so.
It's very, very goofy. But then again, like I've said, it's mostly just trying to be, like, a fun, goofy, adventurous. Like, it tries to tackle many genres. And while a lot of people may have a hard time with that, I mostly just had a very fun time. And it wasn't like the Five Nights at Freddy's movie where it was just disappointing. And it actually felt like my childhood me was like, yay, my favorite video games on the big screen. What'd you think about it, Big Fella 117?
I will say this. Unlike the trailers, I love the movie. Jack Black, he clearly cared about it because, like Christian Retro Lover said, he has his own YouTube channel. He plays video games. I love Jack Black's energy. Jason Momoa, he seemed like the type of dude who doesn't really care that much. Like, his character doesn't care that much, but I could tell, like, near the end of the film and in certain parts, like, he was giving that macho man kind of vibe that it definitely showed that, like, they had good chemistry. At least, like, for the parts where they were actually talking to each other. The other characters, they were underutilized, but, I mean, it makes sense. You're not going to have time to flesh everybody out. But I would say this movie did surprise me.
Yeah. Another, a couple side notes is that I do love how it kind of reminds me of Ghostbusters Afterlife, where it takes place in a small town with vintage aspects, and they don't really use, like, many, like, modern devices, compared to, like, modern video game adaptations where everyone is on their phone and whatnot. Because Minecraft, for the most part, reminds people of those retro graphics or retro games. Other than that, I really recommend checking it out with, like, a friend or family member if you guys are really into Minecraft. If you don't feel like seeing it in theaters, I still recommend trying to rent it or stream it or get it on DVD or whatever. I don't think you will be disappointed. I don't think you'll just be hate watching it. You'll get some enjoyment out of it. I would say this is nearly a 6 out of 10, but I would give it a 7 out of 10. It's all right. And a thumbs up. All right, other than that, I will see you guys next time. Peace.